This movie has aliens in it. Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott, stars Katherine Waterston, Danny McBride, who's really good in this movie, Michael Fassbender, bending fast as he can. Well, they're all on a ship in outer space where no one can hear you scream, where they don't serve ice cream either. Although it would keep really well because space is a cold vacuum. They're on their way to go colonize a distant planet, which is 7 years away, but then they find a distress signal. They go to investigate it on a nearby planet, which also is a contender for colonization. And you know what happens when you go check out a distress signal on a deserted planet? All hell breaks loose. First of all, Ridley Scott's strong suit is the visuals. Pretty much every Ridley Scott movie looks amazing, and this is no exception. There are incredible landscapes, unbelievable extreme establishing shots, and a really good sense of continuity throughout, visually. And it does carry over a lot from Prometheus, but this movie is kind of the crossroads for Prometheus and the Alien movies as we know them, because this is a sequel to Prometheus and a prequel to Alien. And for me, personally, I found Prometheus to fall short on a lot of things, but this movie does make a huge attempt to try to smooth over all of the inconsistencies of Prometheus through exposition, which I was like, okay, fine, you explained it, now Prometheus is a little bit more forgiving. But what is up with people exploring planets without a spacesuit on, without any sort of contamination barrier? Because there could be pathogens in any environment which you visit. Like, why wouldn't they think of this? That's a major problem for me in Prometheus, and in this movie they just completely disregard that entirely. They don't even address the fact that they should be wearing spacesuits. So, naturally, they get infected with stuff. They got chest bursters, they got back bursters, they got face bursters, it's crazy. Michael Fassbender does a lot of work in this movie, and he's really good at it. And as far as the exposition, it was satisfying as far as the explanation, but at the same time, some of these movies, you just want to keep that mystery, and it sort of erased all mystery as to what things are in this universe, which I found a little bit disappointing. What made the first Alien movie really great to me was what you couldn't see, and this movie shows a lot more than I think it should. And interestingly enough, I don't think the special effects are all that amazing in this. And also, when you see too much of a monster in a movie, your brain gets used to it, and then you're just like, oh, well, there's the monster. I find it personally much more frightening if you just catch glimpses and you don't see the whole thing. That being said, there were some really gruesome, gross-out moments in this movie that Ridley Scott definitely excels at, because he really knows how to get to that visceral, primal, gross factor, and this movie has a lot of that in there that I actually thought was pretty cool because it seemed biologically possible, some of this stuff, and that was gross. The back half of the movie does follow a lot of the beats of the first two Alien movies, so that was familiar in the sense of this is how you make an Alien movie. And this movie addresses huge questions like, where do we come from? Who are we? How do we fit in this universe? And what makes us greater than our predecessors? And what makes our successors greater than us? Something to think about. So I give Alien Covenant 3 froze out of 5. I thought the score was pretty cool because it harkened back to a lot of the themes from the first Alien movie from 1979, but it seemed to fall short. I found myself just wanting to know what happens next instead of excited to find out or in suspense, really. I just wanted to know what happens. It wasn't very compelling of a movie in a suspenseful way, for me. Although Michael Fassbender is really good and his performance demands a lot of respect. Well, that's my review. How about you? Are you excited to see Alien Covenant? Did you see it already? What'd you think? Do you like Prometheus, or are you like me and you're kind of on the fence? There's some really good things about it, but there's also some really dumb things about it. Unlike Chris Stuckman, who thinks that movie's brilliant. I think it looks amazing, and there are some really great ideas, and some really terrifically horrifying moments. For me, Prometheus, in the end, dealing with such huge, grand themes, is just kind of dopey in spots. But let's talk about this down in those comments. Now I'd like to give a quick shout out to Devin McCreary and Robert Medina for getting the correct answer to the Full Throttle trivia in my last review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Check that out. Remember to leave your answer to this week's secret trivia question in the comments below. And if this is your first time here, remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, so that one day my channel could be as big as Jeremy Johns' channel. And remember, if you leave a comment, that qualifies you to win in my next giveaway once I reach 2,500 subscribers, and that's gonna be pretty soon. So I would leave a comment, like your comment could be, hey, If you pledge to my Patreon, I'll send you a sticker. And if I see you at VidCon between June 21st and June 25th, I'll give you a sticker and a high five. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, your bro in the know with the fro, and I'll see you later. Danny McBride was good in this, and he wasn't even baking a cake for his cat's birthday. I'll tell you one thing you get on this channel that you don't get with Chris Stuckman or Jeremy Johns. Fro. My channel has so much more fro.